What's up, everybody? Let's make it make sense. I'm here for another video, and I'm sorry I was so late. So go ahead and like the video as the intro plays, and we're going to get right into it. And yes, I will be dropping the link on this video. Wait, what?
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. That's all. 1 and 1 got to equal 2.
Make it make sense, boo.
Big moves. Surfer. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Sun in the sky.
Okay, so for those of you who keep asking me, that is literally Latavia from Destiny's Child singing on, I believe it was R&B Divas for Wendy Williams. Okay, y'all. Let me just start here, because this one's probably going to be a little messy.
I ain't got it.
Okay, so if you've been hiding under a rock, you know that when Tasha K got sued by Cardi B, it kind of shook the table for all YouTubers. Technically, defamation lawsuits are the hardest to prove, so it shook the table for everybody because it was such prominent people. I covered all of it. I think that my core issue with Tasha K in this situation was once I found out that she actually had just openly lied. That was kind of like one of those things where I was like, no, Tasha, no. But Cardi, okay. So for those of you guys who don't know, Cardi B sued Tasha K specifically because Tasha K said some things about her that Cardi claimed were untrue. It was about her health situation, and whether or not she had any bumps on her lip. And Tasha stood strong, said that she would need to sue her in order for her to take any of it down, and that she knew without a shadow of a doubt that Cardi B had bumps on her lip. At the time, Cardi had just had her baby, and she said in court testimony that it was hurtful every time she kissed her child in public because people were looking at her as if she were going to give the baby something. And she cried in court. The judge had Cardi take a test to ensure that Cardi did not have that. And when the judge got the results, the judge said, "These results will not help your case, Tasha." The judge never actually came out and said Cardi doesn't have it, but technically this woman should not have had to have gone and taken a test to prove that she can kiss her child without, like, it's crazy. I actually still do like Tasha K. I remember during the Kelly days that, I was glad that somebody was speaking out for all of those women, but I'm a straight shooter, pow pow. When you just blatantly lie on somebody like that, you get sued. And in this situation, not only did she get sued and lost, it's alleged that she got sued, lost, and then fled to Africa to go put her money in African banks so that when the judge ordered her actual account to be garnished, her Chase account only had $25 in it. You can't make this story up. This is absolutely crazy that we are here now. So Tasha kept saying that she kept doing interviews like this, where it kind of was like she was thumping her nose and laughing about it.
I ain't got it.
Every time she was asked about the money, she said, "I ain't got it." She made it into a funny joke. The problem was if she probably would have had a little bit more understanding for what Cardi was going through on the stand. From what the people who were at the court case said, she was stoic and just kept saying, you know, this is the business. She knew that she made this stuff up and it didn't matter. And she was only going to take it down when the white man made her take it down. These are her words, not mine. Well, the white man made her take them down. I think she had like 4 million views on one of the videos where she had made that allegation. She also interviewed a woman who said she used to be Cardi's roommate, and the woman said all kinds of crazy stuff about Cardi. This was absolutely crazy. When she lost the $4 million, in all honesty, guys, to get to that level, to take nothing and turn it into 1 million subscribers, to break the internet when you are interviewing Martell's Coleslaw, whatever that girl's name is. These are all things that Tasha did. And as a YouTuber, you're like, great, you know, it's things to aspire to. The problem is you cannot just lie on people. And here's where we're at now. She kept saying the appellate court. The appellate court was going to save her. Tasha trolls, but she kept saying the appellate court was going to save her. Yes, Arian Curry. What's up, Legally and Kandi? I see y'all in here. Hey, Autumn. Okay, so here's the official word. The appellate court did not save her. Why am I calling it the appellate? Yes, Sean, the white man is telling her she has to pay up. Okay, so let's be official because y'all know I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist just like, hold on, where is this? Wait. I'm like, why am I playing in my own background? Okay, I got it. Brittany says, was it ever true that Cardi made a video and Tasha made it up something about her health? Cardi made a video and Tasha made up that. Yeah, Brittany, it was true. She alleged that I can't say the actual term that she said, but, you know, I think 8 billion people have it. She alleged that there was some bumps on her lip. And it turned out that the judge said that that was not true. And multiple things that were said, Tasha had to come back. Well, she never took it back, but she acknowledged allegedly on the stand that they were lies. Yeah, Tasha has since had to sell her house. She was in Africa for a time. Now I think she said she was back in like Florida, not sure. But she did have to sell her house. She is still, you know, working, but you know, I listen very carefully. I think that I heard her say that she has to, anytime she does a YouTube video, she has to get permission from YouTube to actually release it. So I don't know, because a lot of people thought that her whole channel was going to be gone. So the fact that she's still able to produce videos on the YouTube platform, you know, is probably a blessing. Now, how much of that check Cardi is garnishing, that's in question. Thank you, Brittany. I appreciate it. Autumn says, I appreciate you telling the story because I missed all of it. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was crazy. I do think that for Tasha, any publicity is good publicity. And so when this was going on, I think that having her name against Cardi's, I think that she felt like it elevated her, but her numbers dropped. She had just reached 1 million subscribers. It dropped. It has since then gone back up to 1 million. So, you know, she has her app. She's bringing in money. Now, this got a little messy. She was friends with Larry Reed, and allegedly Larry Reed had referred her to his attorney. Then at some point, there was a fallout between him and his attorney, and he said it was the worst attorney in the world and that Tasha should have gotten a new one. Tasha stuck with that attorney. Mind you, the judge had told Tasha that her attorneys were not good and that she might want to file something against them because they just were, what's the term I'm looking for? They were not up to par. They did not meet or exceed expectations. They received a failing grade from the judge. Thank you, Autumn. I appreciate that. Tasha K's live show sold out. What live show? What are you talking about, Leah? She had she went on tour? Let me know, because I used to watch Tasha K like all the time, especially during the Kelly era. Elias Toda says, I heard Tasha told someone that it was the best marketing investment she's ever made. I would not be surprised. I mean, I think that she was trending the entire time the court case was going on, but I think she was trending for the wrong reasons. Somebody said competent, stand up, neither one. Negligent, all those words. Thank you, Aaliyah. Okay, so let's read I'm a journalist now. It says Cardi B's $4 million defamation verdict against Tasha K upheld by appeals court. The gossip blogger had argued the verdict was caused by lopsided evidence in favor of the rap superstar, but federal appeals court was unswayed. A federal appeals court on Tuesday upheld Cardi. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me do it like a newscaster. A federal appeals court on Tuesday upheld Cardi's $4 million defamation verdict against a gossip blogger who made salacious claims on YouTube about de-use, ST, and prostitute. In a 5-page decision, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit rejected an appeal from Tasha K, who had claimed the massive verdict against her was the result of very lopsided presentation of evidence to the jury. I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry. The appeals court ruled that Tasha K, real name Latasha Kebe, had failed to properly make the argument to the trial judge, meaning she forfeited the right to do so before an appeals court. Defendant Tasha Kebe asked for a new trial, saying that there was insufficient evidence for the jury verdict against her. The appeals court wrote, but as she all but admits, she didn't make either of the required post-verdict motions in the district court. It is so hard to keep a straight face and do this. Okay. Tasha's attorneys had also argued that the judge overseeing the trial withheld key evidence that might have helped her beat Cardi's accusations, but the 11th Circuit rejected that argument too. She never tells us where the 5,500-page record, the district court's alleged errors can be found, the appeals court wrote, but Kebe's brief falls well short of what we require. She has abandoned this argument. Okay, y'all, I'm done. I am done. Basically, she lost. And just like the other court had told her, the attorneys that she had definitely were not up to par. So I feel bad just because she has kids. I really do hope that Cardi finds justice, because if she was being honest and truthful about what it felt for her to have her first child and have to go through that kind of ridicule is absolutely horrible. So I really do hope that Cardi finds justice and can get her money. In terms of Tasha, I hope that this is like a learning experience and that moving forward, like, you just can't blatantly lie about people. I'm just saying. It's giving Keith, I'm sorry to bother you. Oh, it's giving Lakeith, I'm sorry to bother you. We need a story time segment with you on the channel. Oh, wait, I did hear something about Tasha K did have a live something and the lead attorney showed up and she had him kicked out. I did hear that, but I didn't really y'all, it's been a long couple weeks. I should probably do more readings like that. Let's move on because I will be dropping the link. Actually, I'll drop the link now. But we got more stories before we get into that. Before I start bringing you guys up. Okay, y'all. Let's talk about this man having his paws on Kandi. And where is Todd? Where is Todd? Or I don't know. I know that Kandi and Todd, like, you know, get into some things with the ladies. I don't know if they would be comfortable getting into some things with the men. So this is what everybody was talking about. Kandi did an interview with I think it's called the Shay Shay, not you Shay, Club Shay Shay, which is Shannon Sharpe's YouTube. He has like 1 million plus followers, you know, really big time YouTube. Him and Kandi did an interview, but you see that his hand is kind of palming her basketballs. Now, technically, it's on the side of the ball. It's not all up in the ball or anything like that. But, you know, people are talking. It really had me wondering, like, you know, is that something Todd would be mad about? Is it just a two girls, one guy thing? Or you never know because Kandi is so open sexually. You know, you just never know. But this is what happened. See, that was a church hug. The first was a church hug. Kandi is trying to do her normal pose, but his hand is all where she would normally have her hand at. So y'all be the judge. Let me see what y'all are saying. Is it appropriate? We're talking about. Ooh. He just got big hands. Shannon. I mean, his hands are big. Don't know who he is. Did you now? Okay, I don't think she was trying to move it. I think that's where she normally puts her hands for pictures. And I don't know. I don't want to say that Kandi is no, he don't like. Okay, Christy, I see you in the back. So we have some more things to talk about. Through this, we will be moving into just a little bit more Tamar Kandi, but I'm gonna start bringing you guys up. What's up, Christy? You're muted. You got to unmute your mic.
Hey, ma'am.
Hey.
On that Tasha K thing, she was the one. She was the one who introduced Larry to Olga. That's how that.
I thought it was the other way around.
No, they was hers first, and then Tasha K, when she was in court, they asked her, "Well, did you worry about how her mentally?" She said, "Well, she make money. I figured she could pay for her own mental health." That's what made me just say, you know what? She didn't care. And then, you know, if you read some of the court things, because I guess it's a lady that does I can't think of her name, but she was reading the court documents as the trial was going on. And Tasha K just literally told him, "Oh, yeah, I know a lie." Even she put her husband on the spot. He even had to tell the truth because he wasn't finna lie. So, yep. I think
didn't she also put everything in his name?
She put everything in their business name, so it wouldn't be like that. And her little boy, she took her son to Africa because she said he has asthma real bad. She just brought him back. He's in Florida. They're in Florida. Yeah.
Wait. So what does asthma have to do with Africa?
I have no
real question.
I have no idea. She just said it's better for him. It was better for him in Africa. I've never heard that.
Okay, but you said now they're back in Florida.
Yeah, they're back in Florida. That's what she said. So I don't know.
So does he have a difficult time? I think
that was her ploy, like you said. I think her ploy was to move her money. They gave her plenty of time to move her money. Did you see the video where she went to the bank and went to Chase Bank? She got
all the money.
She had got the money, and she was saying, "Oh, she had a little change that's in there," and she thought it was funny. You know, she called her sister-in-law. She was still talking about her, even when this appeal thing, whatever she guys are going on. She was still talking about her. That's my sister-in-law. You know, my sister-in-law was upset today. So that's really bad.
I mean, it does feel like she's kind of thumped her nose up
at
the law, at Cardi, at everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But $4 million would hurt anybody.
Right.
So even if you take all the money out of your account, there is a way. We all get Google checks. Her Google checks can be garnished. Whoever, her app is through, that
okay.
money can be garnished. All that money
Okay.
can be garnished.
Is that why she got that
What's up, Mom?
McDonald's soup on like she working at McDonald's?
Hey, Mims.
I mean, maybe she is trying to get an extra job. I don't hate multiple streams of income.
Yeah, she come from food service, and she used to say she used to be a waitress. So
Really?
we'll see. Yeah, she said she used to be a waitress in Atlanta all over, and that's how she said she got to meet some of the stars and different things like that.
So,
Yeah.
Mims, what was the outcome? Like, okay, she lost the appeal. How long did she have to pay? Like, that's what I missed, that whole story. Like, the outcome of it.
We don't know how quickly she will have to pay.
Oh, okay.
But Cardi already attempted to garnish her bank account because she hadn't made any payments. And that's when she went to Africa, and it's alleged that she took all the money out of Chase and put it in Africa.
Got
but
it.
That is only the monies that were in her account. Tasha makes a lot of money.
Yeah, she
Don't
does.
be fooled by don't be fooled by any of this. Tasha makes a boatload of money. I can tell you, I would say easily, I could see her doing $5 to $1 million a year. Like, Tasha gets numbers.
Yes.
DeMarie, I see you in the back. Okay, here you are. I see you. You're back up.
But you know what, ma'am? Don't forget, she said, she told us on her thing, she was doing some live. She told us, she said, before she give Cardi $4 million, she'll make a payment arrangement with her, because she said you can't do that because she know the law. So I don't. Yeah.
She says she knows the law.
Yeah, she said she know the law. And she said, and don't forget, Cardi tried to settle with her. Cardi tried to pay her to quit running those stories on her, and she still wouldn't do it.
No, I don't think Cardi tried to pay her. What she did was she sent multiple cease and desist and gave her the opportunity to correct what she had done, and she just refused.
But Cardi, before she even started that, Cardi offered her some money to stop doing it at first, because I remember when she came on her show, that's before I stopped listening to her, and she talked about it.
Oh, wow.
Cardi talked about it, or Tasha talked about it?
Tasha talked about it. She did.
Yeah, Christy, that's what I'm getting at. I don't believe that.
Oh, okay. So
I don't believe that Cardi offered her money and she said, I'm not going to take that.
Yeah, she's not going to take it down. Because she said, why would I take it down?
That means that she wanted Cardi to offer her money, but she didn't.
I don't know. I mean, that's the first I'm hearing of that.
Oh, listen with her. Because I used to listen to her faithfully until she started. Because when her and I think that girl named Star Marie or something like that, when she first came on, I said, okay, Cardi. I said, okay, Tasha, you're getting a little bit carried away. And she went on and on and on.
I mean, if you're getting like 4 million views, I do think that it gets to a point where you feel like you're untouchable. And that's across any of these like media things. Like the larger people get, or even like normal celebrities, people think that proximity to wealth or affluence or power makes them better than the next person. I'm not saying that's necessarily Tasha. I'm just saying we've all seen stuff like that where you think you've gotten too big to be touched.
Right.
Imagine if you were at 4 million views.
What would I do if I was at 4 million?
That's a lot of views. Wow.
Would you just say whatever you wanted, or what?
Well, no, because I would think like the first thing I would think is somebody would come after me if I had 1 million subscribers. And
4 million.
We see how Mims is now. So imagine he's already on top of everything now. So imagine he had 4 million. He's really on top of everything.
I've never heard you on the chat, so welcome. DeMarie has been around since day one.
Welcome, DeMarie.
And I've never heard up, so thank you for coming up. I know you're usually a little shy.
I am shy.
Well, don't worry. Q will pull you out of it. Where you at, Q? And do not get me in trouble with Tasha K. Do not get me in trouble with Tasha K.
No,
listen. You didn't answer, though. 4 million viewers. And
you know I come over here. You know I respect the channel. You know I try to keep it as PG-13 as possible. But I will say this: I don't think that it will affect content creators too much because the problem is Tasha lied.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you don't
She
lie,
admitted it.
if
A
you don't
girl.
lie, you shouldn't have a problem. Like you were blatantly going after this girl for whatever, for clicks and likes or whatever. Cardi was the hot thing. Cardi was she was getting into all this beef and all this trouble, so you wanted to add to it, but you were making up lies. You weren't saying stuff like, "Oh, you know, Cardi and Offset having issues." You were saying stuff like, "Cardi has bumps on her lips." How do you know what she has on her
Yeah.
lips? You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, how do you know? And then just because just because Cardi is tough on the outside does not mean she's not tough on the she's not tough on the inside. Then think about it. The whole world is coming after her at this moment, and you jumped onto it and you thought you would get away scot-free. But again, like I said, you were making up lies. So if you make up lies about people, then that's where the problem comes. If you just state your opinion, like how we talk about housewives, we're stating our opinions. We're not we're not coming out and saying, "Oh, well, this person is X, Y, and Z," and being nasty and just mean about it. She was being nasty and mean about it. And then I think what would have pissed me off is you playing in my face. I done already sued you.
Yeah.
I've already, we've already went to court for this. I've already sent you cease and desist orders, whatever I had to do, and then you playing in my face like it's a joke. So for me, you got to give me every cent of my $4 million, and I'm not letting up off of you.
And I heard a lot of that money Q was actually like legal fees.
Good,
like
whatever it is, she needs to pay it.
Right, you're right.
Tasha
That's
built
what
her
it is.
channel. She built her channel on
Cardi,
lies.
Cardi gave her a lot of opportunity to withdraw all of that. She really did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think about how much 4 million view video. No, like the video,
No.
just that one video. Well, no, the video that they wanted her to take down was 4 million views. I'm saying just specifically, you factor in how much YouTube will pay you per view, right?
Yeah.
And if let's say that YouTube was paying her $50, $60, $70, $100, she could have easily. I mean, we don't know how much YouTube pays, and when you're at that level, 1 million people, they're paying you a nice chunk of change. So what if she had made like $100,000, $200,000 off that one video?
Right.
She probably did feel untouchable.
Yeah, you're right.
She didn't think Cardi would go after her either, because it's like, well, why would she go after me when she had these bigger issues that's going on?
Cardi knows everyone listens to YouTube now.
Well, Cardi got her start on Instagram.
Exactly. So
Cardi was like that stripper with the heart of gold with the messed up teeth. That's what she called herself.
Oh, Lord.
And she was always doing. I followed her on Insta, and she was always doing these like lives where she was telling young girls some of the grimy stuff she had to do. So it was kind of like a cautionary tale.
Yeah.
And that's when I fell in love with Cardi. I was like, whoa, it's really dope. Now, keep in mind, she was still doing it. But it's good to have somebody to say in the club it's not as glamorous as what you see on sometimes you might have to do a little something strange for change, and that's when people fell in love with Cardi. Then love and hip-hop really like catapulted her. So
yeah, and then she's honest with her music when she keeps going back to her husband. What's his name? Offset, yeah. Like he cheats on her and she keeps going back, and then she's honest with it in her lyrics. Like, I know, but I love him.
No, that's just dumb. I'm sorry. He's
dumb,
embarrassing
it's
you.
Surreal, because you hear about that all the time.
I remember when she first got with him, she made some comments like, I know he loves me because he bought me, I think it was like a Rolls Royce.
Right.
And like,
that is love. You know how expensive Rolls Royces are? That's love. I might stay with you for a couple of years for Rolls Royce.
A Rolls Royce don't mean nothing. That married African man bought Porsche one and he didn't stick with her.
You ain't lying.
He could have bought me one.
The
Me and
point
you want to know
is,
something that's funny?
that's horrible to think. What's up?
You know that the reason Larry Reid ended up with Tasha K attorneys, Phaedra Parker was his attorney at first. Did you know that?
Who's
Phaedra was
attorney?
representing Larry.
She represented Larry Reed, in a case, and she lost it for him.
Did she get the money outside the car? Did she get the money outside of the car?
Wait, but Phaedra loses all her cases.
She was technically it was I have to tell you that backstory. I know about that, but yeah, she was his attorney at first. Yeah, and that's how she did. That's when he got the church, and then that's how Tasha K told him to go to Ogo. Mm-hmm. So, what do you see?
I mean, okay, so Larry Reed is like, like one of the religious YouTubers. Phaedra represents people like Bolo, like ridiculous. Would you want to be on her Bobby Brown? Would you want to be on her roster?
She was doing some kind of like I guess when you signing stuff for being a like like the legal part of being a PR for somebody who's being a PR person, she did the paperwork and she did it wrong, whereas that particular person really scammed him, and he never did call him to do any work, and he was trying to figure out why he not calling me to do work, and he out here running his mouth without my consent because I'm supposed to be his PR person, and come to find out it was what do you call it? Where you sign it and you can't say nothing, disclose nothing that goes on. So
NDA.
Yeah, it was a undercover bunch of paperwork and wasn't nothing but an NDA. Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And it costed him some money. It costed him some money.
That's all she did, though. Was it?
That's all she did. She don't know her own due date. And she told him, and I remember he tells the story, and she told him like, "Well, you should have read it too." But that's the hell I pay you for.
You know, I can see Phaedra as like a trial attorney because she's very dramatic and convincing. Like I can see that.
Bob Whitfield be her in the
hire her for that.
Come on.
Sheree don't even. I mean, not Sheree. Faye don't even know her due date.
No, she knew her due date. She knew.
You were mad.
That's the point.
But Q, Faye,
if she admitted to her due date, then people would have known that she was on that air mattress with Apollo at the halfway house. So she couldn't let people know when she had conceived that baby.
You see, Bob Whitfield she represented Sheree, and Bob Whitfield beat her by himself. He ain't had no attorney. Remember?
Yep.
You
well,
remember
I can tell you what happened there.
Okay.
I can tell you what happened there.
Okay.
Phaedra did. I mean, Sheree didn't actually tell Phaedra the truth. So allegedly, Phaedra was supposed to forfeit that house that she was in, the one that the gate was broken when they were in for season 1, and she refused to vacate. When she refused to vacate, that house got foreclosed on. The proceeds of that sale were supposed to be split and equally divided amongst Bob and Sheree. By forfeiting the home, she forfeited that $1 million that she was supposed to be getting from the sale of the house. So she was trying, her best to present that she had all this money for the show, but ended up really messing up all of her own finances, because why would Bob be paying child support when you owe me $1 million?
Why did she agree to that?
Agree to what?
Agree to not just selling the home and splitting the assets.
You don't have a choice. So, and Georgia is one of those states where you have to keep the person in the lifestyle of which they have grown accustomed.
Right. That's
so
with everyone.
That home was supposed to be split in the middle. That wasn't. I mean, that's just the law.
Right.
So she should have forfeited the house, let it be sold. But you saw that after that house was gone, she went and rented another 8,000 to 10,000 square foot house before she ended up in that apartment and had them children on air mattresses while she was driving new sports cars, Range Rovers, and Aston Martin.
But she was living above her means before everything was split.
You got to talk up, D. I can't hear you.
Sorry. She was living above her means before everything was split.
That's what it sounds like.
Yes! This is Atlanta, the home of the scammer. What are you talking? Yes. Yes.
It made for
And
good
nowadays it's
TV.
even worse because every Airbnb, huh? What'd you say?
It made for good TV.
Y'all remember when Phaedra had lied about this, where she had said that she won her case against Angela Stanton?
Yeah.
Yes, I do
Mhm.
remember that.
I
But
remember
that
that.
wasn't the truth.
What?
I
was
watched
dismissed.
Angela Stanton's interview. I watched her interview, and sorry, Phaedra, but come on.
Somebody said not too much on Atlanta. Look, it is.
Let me keep my mouth
And
closed.
again,
Y'all
the
better
room
leave
got
Atlanta
silent.
alone.
Leave my mouth. Let me shut my mouth about Atlanta.
You're in
Trey.
LA.
I am in LA. I know. I want to go to Atlanta though. I haven't been, and I want to go.
You never been to Atlanta?
I've never been to Atlanta. I'm gonna go though.
Hold your purse tight.
Wait.
The
What?
last time not the last time. Last year when I went to Atlanta, they broke into my rental car and took my stuff out of my car.
Wow.
And that was,
Shit.
that
What part of
wasn't even
Atlanta
the
was
only
you
one.
in?
Huh?
What part of Atlanta was you in?
I
You
was
was in the
Midtown.
tourist part?
No, I was in
I'm a-
Midtown.
Oh,
Not
I'm
the
trying to
tourist
go to
part.
Look, I'm gonna try to go to the tourist part, honey. Where they
There's no
have
tourist part.
security.
There's no tourist part of Atlanta.
There's not.
I remember when Atlanta had the All-Star game. People in droves came out of their cars, and all of their cars are on cinder blocks.
Damn.
They had stole all the rims.
For real.
Oh, okay.
I
We
never had a
stayed in
Okay,
problem.
the
so what do
hills
y'all
downtown.
think? What do y'all think about this Kandi story? Where y'all at with
Oh
that?
man.
Which one? Which story?
I'm not mad at Kandi.
Which one?
I'm
The
not
one-
mad at her.
This one. That she didn't move his hand?
Oh,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
She
still
don't
I'm not
have
mad
no
at her.
words.
She
She
was trying to move his
black
hand.
women.
She kept going back.
I don't think he was being inappropriate.
I
but
don't think he
maybe
was
I
either.
shouldn't talk.
I don't know.
I
I
didn't
don't think
like
he
it
was.
though.
Mm-mm.
In my
I
opinion,
don't think he was being appropriate. He does have a big hand, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you didn't have to. You didn't.
And she got a
You
big
weren't palming
ass,
a
so-
basketball.
Yeah, no.
I think he was trying. That's what I think.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Why not
No,
just
because
close
he's
his
not
hand?
interested in
If he would
black
have
women.
closed his hand,
Look at that. Look at how far he's reaching down.
Kandi looked good though. She looked
Yes,
good.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Kandi is trending tonight. I mean, this past week, Kandi is everywhere. That's the kind of trending that you want. Take note, Tasha.
I don't
So
see.
do
I don't
you
think.
think
I don't think
that-
he did anything like purposely. I think he's just. That's just who he is. Like I don't see. She doesn't look uncomfortable. She just is.
So
Yeah.
it's just a media thing. Like we're the ones who are reading into this, not them.
Why his pants so tight?
Exactly.
I don't like that.
So, Mims, do you think that Candace was a businesswoman for bringing up what she did, or was it wrong for her to bring that up?
What do you mean
About
what
the
she
split.
did?
About the split. Who was going to headline?
WB.
Oh, I mean, okay, so well, in the business world, if let's say your boss is going to give you guys a bonus and there's $100 to go around and you have done the bigger share of the work, are you going to say, okay, I'll take an equal share?
No.
Okay, so who is Candy's manager?
They don't have one.
Well, at the time they didn't have one. I know that.
No.
Yeah.
And that's all we're seeing on the show is SWV's manager.
We're
What?
not seeing
The manager
Yeah.
at the time. The
State's
manager at the
manager.
time was one of Rocky's
Yeah.
homegirls.
So wouldn't you step in knowing
But-
Rocky and being like, hey, no.
But no, they had fired them because remember, don't forget that was the thing. It's because when they sat down the first time, they was at Tammy's house when he said, "So
Mhm.
what you think about getting management?" People keep missing the part. That's why Tamika when Tamika said, "When you get paid to do a job, you need to do a job," and that's why she said her sister and all the team just walked out. Well, they got paid to make sure that Kandi them got where they needed to go. She was talking about the management team as well.
Yeah, but she was assuming that Kandi was the manager.
Who was
And
assuming?
she's
Who
not,
was assuming that?
Who's assuming that?
right?
No.
Mm-mm.
No, when the situation came, when they went back and forth with the text, and Tamika said in her confession, she said, "I thought that when you have a job, when you get paid, you have to do your job." In other words, when Tasha left her, the whole management team went with Tasha and then paid the rest of them no attention, but they paid them just like Tasha paid them because that was their management team at the time.
Because of
So that's why they said we need to talk about a management team. And she said, let me pray on it. You know, that's the last thing I heard her say, let me pray on it.
And what do you think happened when she prayed on it?
Nothing, because they don't have a management team.
Right. But we do know those people were no longer their managers, right?
Yeah,
We do?
right. So that was it.
I don't know. I feel like Kandi got the bad rap. They all knew that they did not want to pay SWV what they were making because they did all the legwork. They got all this together. Do I think that they could have taken somewhat of a cut for the culture to make this happen? Yes.
Sure.
It is kind of sad if you really think about it. All of these women are over the age of 40. All of them have had tenured careers in the business. They know that the fans would love this collab, but they can't get their shit together.
Okay, let me ask you this. Women over 40 don't look like they used to, right?
I beg
Come on now.
They don't.
I beg to differ.
They look good.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah.
So doesn't that mean that our actions are the same?
No, DeMarie, what are you on? No,
40?
They need
like. Wouldn't we act like we're below 40? Wouldn't we act like we could?
Do you watch reality TV?
Just like filing it out, like. Why not?
No, they need to be able to have real conversations. They need to have sit downs. All this stuff about hiding, that's ridiculous. Yes, they look great, but they all are parents. They are all like, they have lived a life.
Exactly.
And they know that
Tiny's grandma
would be putting money in all of their pockets. They need to get, you're doing a whole show about this thing and you can't eat. You signed on to do this show, Tasha. You can't even put your hand in the pot and say, yeah, I'm down to do what I signed up for. That's a problem.
But like Kandi said, every time this is how she did that's how she did when they first got it. Like she said.
I'm gonna need Tasha to stop wearing them metallic pants.
Okay.
Oh Lord, please.
But you remember when they did their first reality show and Candace and Tasha talked? And remember when Candace broke down and told Tasha, you just left, you was like a big sister to me, and you're not Candace. She broke down and cried. So I'm trying to figure out, why is it so hard for Tasha to realize that she really hurt Kandi more than what Kandi want to lead on? Because if you go back and look at the first time they did their little reality show, Kandi broke down and told Tasha that.
Well, you got to think about it.
Her brother had died, and Tasha had left not too long after Candy's brother had died or whatever.
Well, you have to think about it. They all were young, and Latasha never liked Kandi from the beginning. Latasha always thought that she was the voice of the group because Kandi had a unique voice. I'm not going to say Kandi can't sing, and I'm not going to say Kandi could sing, but Kandi and Latasha had two different voices, and then they would bump heads. And Latasha was like, her thing was like, well, who is this young girl telling me what I'm going to do? Because Latasha's the oldest out of all of them.
Right.
So she's like, who is this girl going to tell me what this is my group? Who do you think you are? And that's why Latasha acts the way that she acts, because at the end of the day, it's jealousy. She thinks that she should be in Kandi's spot and Kandi should be in Latasha's spot.
Let me ask you guys though a controversial question. And y'all know I love Kandi, but technically, wouldn't y'all think though, since it was Tasha's group before they got together, that technically it is Tasha's group?
No, because it wasn't Tasha's group before they got together. Because it was Kandi and Tamika, and then they asked Tasha to come into the group. It wasn't them.
Okay.
That's not true. It was Tasha and Tamika, and then Tamika brought Kandi and Tiny to the group. That's how it was. Tasha and Tamika who started the group.
No, that's not what I heard.
No, that's not what I heard.
Tasha was a 12th grader and Kandi was a 9th grader. It was actually Kandi and Tiny.
No, Tiny was not in the group.
Because she was this woman named.
It was another girl. It was another girl.
Was
Tamika and Kandi.
No, not
and
Crystal.
then
It
but
was
the other girl was Candy's friend, and then Tosha didn't like the girl. At first there was 5, so they
okay.
they have Tiny come and try. That's why Candy say they have Tiny do backflip and everything to make
It
it
was
in front of
Tan,
her
right?
because
Tam.
yes,
Tam.
Yeah,
yes,
Tam.
She was on the show the last time. Yeah, Tam. That's who it was. Yeah.
yes.
But she went on to
But
do other things. But you're right though. So she came in. Tasha came in later.
but
And she
guys,
really
I'm
didn't
not.
even want to be around them because she was a
They were
12th grader
younger.
and they were 9th graders.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know that. Okay, so I didn't know. Okay, so thank you for clearing that up because I thought it was always it started with Tasha and Tamika. That's what I thought.
That's
But
what I
okay.
thought. That's what I thought they said in Unsung. That's why I said what I said, because I thought in Unsung they said it started with Tamika and Tasha, and then with Kandi and Tiny.
But see, what the reason Tasha was even in the group was because they was going to the performing arts school, everybody but Tiny. And by Tasha being the oldest, they
I'm
had
sorry,
separated the group. 12 the older girls in it. And then the at the last minute they kicked Tasha out of the group, and that's when she came on to be with Kandi.
Oh,
She told
okay.
that if you go look at that when she was on the show, she told that story.
Well,
Exactly.
come on with the facts, okay?
Hold on 1 second, guys. I am Leo Aries. Thank you so much for joining the membership. I really appreciate that. And we got Ray says Tasha is best friends with Wendy's ex Kelvin, and is like this with Sharina Hudson.
Okay, guys.
What
You do the math
position
there.
they
Thank you so much, Reed. I appreciate that.
I'm
What
at
were you
work.
saying?
I just want to say I just want to say that quick before I get off. That's why I just so they can see me because I'm at work. The reason
Wait, you're at work and online with us? I'm gonna report you. How much can I get if I report you?
Make it. Stop it.
So listen. The only reason that Kandi asked is because Tasha's husband friend was the manager, and the girl didn't like that. After Tasha left with the management, so they wanted another management. So when they sit down, since the other girl always open for them, Kandi asked for the money, play manager at the moment, because they didn't have one.
When you think
That's
about
what
it,
happened.
she had to, because if that was somebody
Yes,
recommended.
Yes, because she said like every business need to start clear. They need to have a clear how it's gonna go before they start.
Well, is it Darlene or Darlin?
Yes, darling.
Darlene. Which don't you think that should have been discussed on the first episode, not the third?
Well, yes, but I think the producer being messy, so they have a great show.
It is giving us way more than we expected.
I love it.
But man, go watch Kandi review.
Yeah.
Kandi say they play together.
Darling, your boss then cut your Wi-Fi off because they figured out you on here with us and not
She
working.
said they always open for her.
You heard me,
That's
darling?
what she said. She said they always open. Yes, babe.
I said that your
What did you
boss
say,
cut your Wi-Fi off because he found out that you were on here with us and you're not working.
They have too much money. They have too much government money in their hand. They can't do that.
How much do we know about Rocky?
I gotta go. Bye. Thank you for having me.
All right, have a good one.
Bye.
I'll be on the shot.
Not this lady just lost her job. Anybody's going to come up? We got about another like 10-15 minutes. I'm enjoying coming on here with these open panels.
Chat tonight.
Why you keep saying older people?
I saw him.
You saw who?
How old are you?
We ain't gonna put him on blast.
We're not gonna put him on blast. Nothing. Keep moving.
Wait, who's in the chat?
How old are you?
Who?
You.
Who is in the chat? Who are you talking about, Q?
You tell him backstage, Q.
It was something funny. I'll tell you backstage.
Oh, okay. Wait, it's your birthday?
How old are you?
Whose birthday? It ain't my birthday.
What are we talking about?
What is going on?
I don't know.
No, because me and
Y'all had some brownies tonight?
no, me and you said I enjoy coming on with these older people. I'm like, how old are you? I'm
Exactly.
59.
I'm like, how old are you?
Oh no. Who said
No,
that?
I said I'm 59.
Wait, who
How old
said
is he,
that they
though?
like
How
coming
old
on
are
with the
you
older
two?
people?
You did.
Me?
Yes, you did.
Yes. How dare you?
I didn't say.
I'm
Oh,
59,
wait.
man.
Hold on. What I said is my favorite people are women of a certain age who like to go to bingo, drink a little malt liquor, and have me go on their cigarette runs. I said I enjoy hanging. Huh?
No, you did.
I did say that.
That's the other night. You said just a minute ago. And I don't.
Tonight I didn't say I like hanging out with older people. You trying to get me in trouble with the Juicy Crew, and that you will not do, Christy. I did not say
heard him,
that.
Autumn. You heard what he said.
No, I did. That's why I'm like, wait, is he calling us like older people?
The thing is, me and
I
Autumn,
did not say that.
me and Autumn are laughing at something totally different. So from what y'all talking about,
What are you laughing at, Q?
I put it in the chat. I don't want.
I can't see the chat.
It was the private chat. It was funny. It was.
I said those. Okay, you said them old ladies. No, I said that everybody was over the age of 40.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I did not say that. I said all of those women were over the age. And then Christy then left.
Over the age
What's
of
up?
what?
I am Leo
Over
Aries.
the age of what?
That's not what I. Hey, I am Leo Aries.
You better call Phaedra, get you a lawyer.
I'm doing good, thank you. I see they really giving you the business. I like it though.
Every time, every night. So where are you at? Where are you at with either of these stories, Tasha K or Kandi or Tamar or whatever?
I am.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I said where are you at with either of these stories?
Yeah.
I'm pretty much, Team Kandi. I roll with it. I like her business acumen. So how she flows and gets down at the level that she does business, I really take her at her word. I really take her at, this is business. She can say that she even out her own mouth, she said, I know everybody gonna be mad with me. I understand how I came off and it might have not been the right time. But business is business. And successful people, let's just be real. Successful people that's really in that millionaires club, they step on people's toes. People get upset. You don't get to that level of money without people being really, really mad with you. And maybe even rightfully so on how they was dealt with. But she wasn't disrespectful. She didn't say they weren't worthy. What she said is that you have opened for us. We have been headlining shows. There is a certain dollar amount that we need to do. And we can negotiate that. I can help you get to our level.
Come on now.
But what we not gonna do is take less money. And I'm here for it.
I agree.
I'm here for it.
She's booked and busy. In all honesty, Leo, she is booked and busy. She's on television, on a reality show, on a scripted show. She is producing. So there is a certain level that somebody would have to. There's a certain amount that probably has to see before she signs on to anything, and I can't be mad at that. Does SWV deserve more money?
Yes.
Where all the Kandi hate come from? Like I'm biased towards Kandi because Kandi's a tourist like me. I'm biased towards her, but where did all this Kandi dislike come from?
I don't think people want her on the show. I think that a lot of Kandi's celebrity is still wrapped around RHOA, and I don't think that people want her on that show. So they just automatically don't like her because technically Kandi doesn't do a lot. She really doesn't start anything with anybody for people to really hate her the way that they do. Nene didn't like her because at that time, Nene, how do I say this? I was about to be shady. I'm not.
Let me say it for you.
He
back then Nene didn't have all her teeth, and she looked at Kandi and
She ain't had no
look
teeth.
down
She was
on
renting that
Kandi,
house.
even
She had
though
that bad
Kandi
hair in
really
her
did
head.
have what?
She ain't had no teeth. She had that bad. She had that. She's renting that house that Lisa put in her name. She was driving that Nissan. Remember that Nissan outside Kim's house? When
Lord,
Kim.
when she was trying to get at Kim, and then
Lord,
she wanted to sing, but Kim didn't want her on the song. And Nene had that wider body. So I understand.
Lord have mercy.
Well, that and Kandi actually did have money, and she was calling the girl ghetto and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the hate came from the very beginning. But
I'm a respectfully here at I am Leo Aries. We're gonna respectfully disagree with you, Mims. I'm gonna just keep it, and I know I'm not I am part of the almost juicy crew. I'm 50, so in my experience in the corporate world, you will be surprised when it comes to business and how people on the outside look at you. She's black. She's a woman, and she ain't ambiguous. She black. You know what I mean? She holds down her culture. Like she said, she the people's champ. There is a from black people, from men, from people in the business, in the industry, people on the Twitter sphere, the social media, they probably see her as somebody who is not a part of the chosen that you would see or would expect to be business savvy, to be within the league of people. She's a songwriter. She gets a moniker of respect within within the music world. She got the TV role. She has a moniker of respect that people who look like her don't tend to be the chosen one. And that garners hatred from us in the community, from people within the industry. It does have a side effect. There's pros and there's cons, and that's part of the cons. She does not have the typical look of the chosen elite. But believe me, Kandi travels in those circles.
I mean, I'm with you. I like Kandi from the very beginning, and what really resonated with me was how she chose to save money. Y'all know I love a coupon.
Me too. Me too. Me
If I
too.
have to pay full price for something, I won't. Why would you? I like that about Kandi. Now, could she have stepped up her fashion game sooner? Yes.
Oh,
but
child.
other than
Yes.
that, I definitely like Kandi, and I like the fact that she bought her house foreclosed, decorated it how she wanted it. She did it in her own time. She didn't go out and rush and buy a Bentley, even though she could have had Bentleys from the very beginning. And if that whole $35 to $50 million is true, that puts her right around the same net worth as Big Papa, a higher net worth than Simon Gabadia.
She got more money than that, ma'am. She got more money than that. Let's just
they don't really let us know specifically, because in order to do your net worth, a celebrity actually has to submit all that paperwork where you're talking about how much you have in your bank account, how much money you have in property, investments, dividends, all that goes into a person's net worth. Kandi has not done that. I don't think Kandi really wants people to know exactly how much she has,
don't,
because that's not a selling point for her the way it is for a lot of other people. So that's why I like Kandi, not the fashion, but everything else.
I thought Todd bought her that Bentley with her money.
You're a mess. I'm gonna pit it back to the show. Okay, so y'all know I love Kandi, but after listening to Taj and them, which I didn't listen to before, I didn't know initially that they all thought it was going to be a joint effort. So when that comes to mind, you guys, if they sat and they all had a discussion about the show and it was told that it was going to be a joint effort, then why are we having a conversation about them get time billing? So when you think about it that way, then I'm like, okay, well then maybe that's why they got upset. Because at first I was like, wait, if Escape's always opening for y'all, what's the big deal? But if there was actually SWV, thank you. SW always open, then what's the big deal? But it wasn't until I watched their live is when they said no, they thought it was going to be a joint effort. So then that kind of puts into light why they were upset, right?
Right.
And it shows that
if you
in
were
the
making
first
a third of what I
episode.
make, that's just it is what it is. I'm not gonna up your salary just because we're
Oh
on a
God, what's
television
good?
show. You're gonna go ahead and get
What's good,
whatever
boy?
your
She
normal
don't.
rate is, and then you'll get money from the show. I wouldn't understand what the problem would be. Escape makes 3 times what
I'm with
SWV
you.
makes.
I understand that too. I think I see more of both sides now that I was listening to their interview too. That's all.
But if you remember on the first episode, their management team came to them, remember, and said, we're there, you know, Versus hit, Versus took off. Now there's an opportunity to co-headline in a show. That's what that man said. That white man got on TV and said they was co-signed, they were co-headliners. And so they went with that. And I don't blame them. So for Kandi to step out, all the way out, with her strong chin and say, "Oh no, we've been headlining shows."
Wait, I thought you liked Kandi.
No, she switched up.
I do. A strong chin is nothing wrong with that.
You will not mess up my Kandi interview before I get it.
All right.
Oh Lord.
That is a compliment, right? She stepped forward. She did.
But you know,
y'all better stop it.
She said on Shannon Sharpe show that only one more thing that she really want to accomplish is to be an EGOT. So she's hoping that she gets a Tony, so she'll be on it. I think that's all she need that. And
She
what?
need an Emmy, she need a Tony, she need an Oscar.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so they have
She
she
don't
has
have no
Grammys
Oscar.
from No
Yeah, Grammy.
Scrubs,
Yeah, from
not
No Scrubs.
Escape.
Yeah, she need
Right.
quite a few of those.
Yeah.
I know how to act first to get out.
No, her acting is not bad. I've seen her.
Well, I think she's one of
it
her
ain't
Broadway
Oscar-worthy.
play. I think she's talking about her Broadway play that they did.
It ain't Oscar worthy. It's cute. Little
I haven't
BET
seen
award.
anything.
Is
that
it
she
Tony
played
Webb?
in.
Oh my god.
Can I say?
Okay, so I know I did a video this morning. Definitely still check it out. It was about Married to Medicine, RHOBH.
Yeah.
But I started that video off with this picture. Y'all tell me what's wrong with this.
I'm ready already.
Why is Kyle in the back? Oh my god.
Because the real relationship is in the front.
You were in the backseat of your own marriage.
Y'all don't see
Never
what's
take a
going on.
backseat to another heifer.
Ma'ams, y'all don't see
Never.
what's going on. They're trolling us. Y'all don't see that?
Yeah.
They're making
Yeah,
fun.
they're trolling us.
They're making fun
They're
of
trolling
the,
us. Yeah.
of the quote unquote affair.
Yeah.
Yeah, they playing in our faces.
Yeah,
That's what
I
that
don't
is.
believe for 1 second. I think after this picture was taken, Kyle got her ass in the front seat. Okay, and Dorit went in the back.
Kyle's neck.
Right.
No, that's not. That is.
Do y'all
so
think?
not.
Do y'all think she fixed her window yet?
Her window.
Remember when Dorit broke her own window for her fake robbery?
Oh.
You think she broke her? You think she fixed it yet?
But you thought they moved.
I think that Dorit is just planning for when PK finally goes broke. This is her backup plan.
Dorit is really.
Yeah,
You said
I'm
when
not
PK
buying that.
planned on going broke?
I mean, Maurice and Kyle, yes, but Dorit. She's
Kyle
just
is a timeless beauty.
not as.
I don't think that she has anything to worry
Kyle's a
about
what?
from the timeless beauty.
You said a timeless beauty?
Yeah.
She's pretty. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She really is.
Can I say something about Tamar?
So
Muppet got on her live this morning, and
oh my god,
she decided that she was going to
Jesus take the wheel.
She decided she was going to go to play the victim like she does, and she said,
Who is Muppet?
Yeah, Muppet Braxton. She got on her live this morning. I watched the live on the way to work, and she does what she does best. Tamar did all this rah-rah yesterday, all this blah, 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 and then got on live this morning and was like, I've really been working on myself. I'm so mad. I'm so mad about what happened, and I can't believe this. I can't believe that. I'm triggered, but I've been working on myself. And then her good girlfriend, her good girlfriend James got up there with her,
Okay,
and she was.
Okay, who has the dog?
Hold on.
The dog has something to say. Please mute.
Please mute when you got the dog.
And she, she did all this rah-rah, all this, all that, and then she went to get online today because she didn't get this response she thought she was gonna get from Kandi. She thought she was gonna have a back and forth. And she got on, like I said, she got on her live this morning, and it was all about her mental health and how she's been working on herself, and she's gonna give herself grace.
So now y'all can't say nothing because she mentioned mental health.
Right. But my thing is, Tamar, all you do, and watch my words, all you do is backpedal and you know what, pop, because you know you're not about that.
Yeah.
And I don't
Stunt queen.
And you ran with that Todd was physically abusive to Kandi and he threatened you and this and that. I'm like, how do you play the victim and how are you fighting and arguing with yourself and then having by yourself? Help me understand that. Nobody was arguing with you. You went into this whole argument by yourself. And then it didn't go the way you wanted it to go. Your single, and then she was like, "Oh, my single is now going to the radio. Oh, how convenient." So you talking about your single was just a gift. Now it's going to the radio. Like, I just need Tamar and one of her faces to go sit down and just leave us alone.
I be rooting for her sometimes. Like, y'all, I have a love-hate relationship with her. I really do. Because I do think she has so much talent and so much potential. And it just, she gets in her own way, y'all. And it just,
she been like this, though, but that's how she treated Tracy. Look how she treated
Tracy. Not just Tracy either, all of them, really.
Trina, Tawanda.
And Tony.
Tony, I'm like, ain't nobody punch her in her mouth yet.
She's very
that part.
She's very pretty.
Do y'all think that Kandi is gonna address Tamar? No, that's punching below the belt.
I hope she don't.
She just gonna let it ride. I hope she don't either.
Yeah.
What's good?
She alleged that she alleged that her husband was hitting her.
What do you think about all of this?
What's good? What's good, y'all?
Hey.
I have to go make me something to eat. What do I think about what? What's good, everybody?
Hey,
y'all notice what I noticed?
What?
Tamika and Tasha ain't said nothing about Kandi. Them trying to get more money because they trying to get their pockets full.
You know it. Because Kandi already said that all her group members was down with the plan. She was just upset that nobody really spoke up.
What about sisterhood? If they get back, if they team up, they can get other groups, other Brownstone and Jada can do a tour together. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
God.
Oh my God.
What about sisterhood? Does everything have to be about money?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You're asking that? Yes.
What Brownstone gonna do?
It's about
yes, everything is about money.
But what about sisterhood? What about in the name of sisterhood?
I will teach my sister. I will teach my sister how to make that coin.
I know that's right.
Good boy. What's Brownstone going to do other than set the stage up?
Well, one of the members of Brownstone passed away.
Right.
Yeah, one of them passed away. Unfortunately. Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And it was a freak accident too. It was like she was trying to put a glass or something in the cabinet, and she slipped and fell on the glass, and it went in her neck, and she bled out. Yeah,
that's what happened. That's what happened.
Oh,
yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened. Look it up. Do you?
I don't believe that. That don't sound right to me. It sounds like somebody did something to the
not some IDTV stuff, good boy.
No, good boy. It's all true. All of it.
Wow.
It sounds like somebody did something to that girl.
Wow.
Man, what are you doing?
Where is Total? They one-time wonders. Ain't nobody saying about them.
I don't believe it. Did they do an autopsy? Was the cameras and stuff there? I don't believe that story. They just don't sound right to me.
It was an accident. They said it was an accident, so we have to accept it.
Oh no, we don't never accept it. We got to do our own. We got to do independent investigation.
Yeah, we do.
Accidents happen, like the strangest things.
But like that?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Sorry. I had some internet issues, and then I was trying to find that Kandi interview. I did it on my Instagram today, where Kandi and Tamar were sitting down talking, and Tamar was really saying how much she loves Kandi, and Kandi really is just a great person.
Yeah, I saw that.
Tamar started this. I'm sorry.
And she did it on purpose, but it didn't turn out the way she wanted it to.
That's why she was on her live apologizing this morning, asking for grace on her live when she was with her homegirl, the big girl Jane.
Yeah.
And she was asking for grace this morning. I'm like,
I clicked on it and clicked off. She was in her trailer talking about, you want to see my trailer. But see, she ain't no good friend. No way. Now tell me if I'm wrong or not. This is when I knew Tamar wasn't SHI. Okay. I wasn't trying to use your word, Jamie. I was about to cuss, but I didn't want to disrespect Mim's channel. But this one I knew Tamar wasn't shit. I mean, you know. You remember when James had did the patty pie? So when they did when the chicken sandwich came out from Popeyes, she was around there trying to get James to do Patti LaBelle didn't give him no money. Patti LaBelle was like, "Oh well, I made the pie." When they was like, "Girl, did you pay him?" Wow. He sent them pies. He sent them pies out the chef. And
she didn't give him some money though. She
gave him
$2,000.
She gave him 2 Louis Vuitton luggages and invited him to her house for Thanksgiving.
Oh no!
And gave him
$10,000. He showed up every year.
And so when that happened, all of a sudden when the Popeyes thing came out, now Tamar want to go viral with him, so she want him to eat the sandwich and start singing and stuff. And I was like, if that's your friend and you know he got messed over by Patty, why would you have him go do something with Popeyes?
Yeah.
On top of that, doing because she was on the Great Escape tour, she brought him out to like sing a song, and the audience just sat in their seats.
Really?
Oh.
May I bring it back to the present time? And I just want to make one serious statement. We can get back to the laughs and the keys. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So one thing I would like for us not to do, and this is their channel, I'm just suggesting this, but someone said that they said that Tamar alleged that her husband DV'd her. When women say they're being DV'd, let's believe them. Why not? You weren't.
Well,
there.
Tamar didn't actually say that. Just
I know,
FYI, it was the mom who alleged that the hungry hippo was biting her on the leg. Tamar never actually confirmed.
I know, but it's just a blanket statement because see, the person who said the statement said that Tamar said, that she said, and furthermore, and going to what happened, I'll say allegedly between her and Todd, if she said it, okay, fine. We can believe it because here's why. Tamar didn't open that door. She was asked a question on what happens. Watch what happens live. She didn't come out just starting this. She was asked a question and she answered it, and that's it. And so why are we acting like Tamar just started this big mess?
She did.
She did though.
No, but
she did.
Can we agree that
that wasn't the beginning of it?
That wasn't the beginning of it.
But that wasn't the beginning of it.
And people don't watch it happen every day.
I get that. No, I know. No, okay, no. I see what you're saying, but I'm talking about the renewal of it in this past few days was from Watch What Happens Live.
Well, she didn't have to answer.
She set up her own.
Back to Maddie and them at the concert and kicking out the concert. So I know the history. Don't get me twisted on that.
But she set up her own alley-hoop. She set that up a couple of months ago because she knew somebody was going to ask her at some point in time on a major platform.
Well, I mean, okay, so
now, I wouldn't go that
we're going
far.
all the way back.
I wouldn't go that far.
What happened was after Tamar left, or after she was kicked off the reel, Tamar got very upset when the girls from her old friend group actually went on the reel, i.e. Kandi, Toya. That really pissed her off. Tiny. Yeah, I mean, but it is what it is.
She is no longer cool with any of them.
Hold on one second. Now that you brought that up, Leah, I wanna cue this because this is what I was looking for. Everybody keeps saying, what was I doing? I was looking for this moment. I put this on my Instagram. Make it make sense now, but I'll let you guys hear it. This is in Tamar's own words.
Yes.
I feel like we've made lifelong. I know I've made lifelong friends.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and I'm really grateful.
That's what I'm happy about. I'm very happy that this has been a good experience, and you will, feeling like okay, it's something that you feel good about going forward.
Yeah, and you know what? I just really wanted to say that I just want everybody to know how
she's so extra,
amazing of a person and a woman Kandi is. And a woman Kandi is. But I just really wanted to say that I just want everybody to know how amazing of a person and a woman Kandi is. Oh Lord, changed. I know.
That's out of her own mouth.
We heard it. I saw it when she's out.
Did any of y'all actually watch Big Brother?
Yes.
Yeah, I watched it.
Absolutely.
No, I watched the live.
I was so happy that they made. I was so happy that they made up.
I watched it 24/7, and
I was so happy that they made up.
Me too, honey. I was watching the live feeds.
Me too. I was so happy when they made up, and I thought that they were really changed, because even when Kandi and Tamar left, when Kandi left, they voted her out. They gave each other a hug, and Tamar said, "I'm grateful we had this time, Kandi," and Kandi said, "I am too." And Kandi was tearing up.
Yeah,
but then that.
I remember that from Big Brother, because I was like, well, how they come in, and they were like, we won't get too deep into Big Brother because, that's my passion. But I will also say, I'm the only one on the panel who's actually been cussed out by Tamar on Twitter. And so, yeah, because she was going at Tracy when they went on that trip. And so I tweeted something to the Tamar event show, and then she tweeted me back, and she went off. But so that's why I feel hard. But Tamar went off on me, and I survived.
And you want us to give her grace?
Tawanda tried to go off on me, but I gave it back to her. Legally, Leah, and she.
Wait, what?
Legally, Leah. That's you, legally, Leah.
I am.
Yeah, Tawanda tried to go off on me, and I gave it back to her.
What'd you say?
And you was blocked.
They got mad at me because now tell me if I'm wrong. They got mad at me because when you remember when Tracy's son had graduated high school, none of them hoes showed up to his graduation.
That's right.
But when Tony's son, the one with the autism, had a speech, everybody was there in front of the camera. And I said, "You mean to tell me that Tracy's son graduated from high school and came down? One of y'all could make it to his high school graduation?"
That was messed up. That was messed up.
Both of us got snapped on defending Tracy by Braxton.
Oh yes.
I'm in good company with you, sir.
So is it fair that Tamar can get on her Instagram and say that I hope Todd is not at home beating on you, but we can't say what the mama was saying about Vince? I don't think Tamar
you can say all those things. You can say all those things if you want to.
You better believe I would have said it.
I hate that they, in the original Braxtons, they had Tracy listed as the wannabe.
I hate that.
Never.
Hate that.
That too.
That was so. That was terrible. That was terrible.
Call album was good.
And the thing about Tracy is, Tracy was still living out here in the DMV, and she was the first 2 seasons, if I'm not mistaken. Tracy was still living out in the DMV. Well, she's always lived in the DMV. She never moved, but she was still working her job as the show was filming. So she would film the show, then she would still go to work. And her sisters were kind of they made her the black sheep. I don't know why, but they made her the black sheep
because she got pregnant.
Yeah, she got pregnant before they got the deal.
Yeah.
See, but Trina got pregnant and had the baby.
And also, she was in because
Trina had already had the baby.
Yeah.
And because the father lives out here, and we know how Evelyn feels about the father.
Yes, we do.
Tracy was closer to her father out here. Like you would see them all the time walking around, and we'd be like, "Damn, Tracy she on the show."
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Of laying it low and spreading it wide. The originator.
Lord, how much?
How do you know she was the black sheep?
She was a black sheep because based off of how they treated her, and plus,
she was a
they've always when they were starting out, Tracy had got pregnant before their first album came out, so Tracy left the group. But
and that was and y'all got to remember that was
hold on
in the 80s and the
90s. We gotta let him finish.
When the father was cheating in the church and was cheating with that lady right in front of Evelyn, they all when they got a divorce. The only person who stuck by the daddy's side was Tracy. Everybody else had moved to either LA or moved to Atlanta. Tracy stayed out here with Michael Braxton. So from that entire time, they just treated Tracy like whatever. But Tracy's whole thing was like, he's still my dad at the end of the day.
Baby, when Tracy walked into that restaurant, when Tracy walked into that restaurant half drunk because they didn't come to her son's graduation. I got on Twitter. I say, I know maybe 1 or 2 of y'all had something to do, but all 5 of y'all ain't had nothing to do. Well, y'all can't go to his graduation, but y'all showed up to the what was it, the Bible Wars or something they went to watch Denim give his speech. Diesel. to watch Diesel get his speech, and Tawanda gonna tell me Tracy don't never make it to nobody graduations, baby. Ain't this boy graduated from high school? We ain't talking about no elementary and pre-K graduation. We talking about a high school graduation.
They had the funeral for the dog. They had the film for the dog. Remember?
Not only
was
that
there for the dog's funeral.
Yeah, they did have a funeral for the dog.
They sure did. Everybody was there for that.
They show up to watch Tony open an envelope. They will show up for almost anything for Tony, okay? It don't matter what it is. And that's the truth, and that's what bothers
And you know
us.
the boy was embarrassed. You know people at the school was saying that's Tony Braxton nephew. You know what I'm saying? And for none of them to show up to the graduation, to me, that's just not right.
See it. You keep
That was
foul.
foul.
I didn't see it.
That was foul.
It was sad because
It was sad because
back in the day, Tracy was protecting Tamar when they was in school and the girls were trying to jump on her.
And
so for you to act like that towards your sister is just surprising to me. Tracy would fight the girls because Tamar wasn't about that life. Tamar had all that mouth, and Tracy
but you don't think she was protecting.
If you got a sister, you gonna. I mean, sometimes you gonna fall the fuck out. Sometimes your sister can be a cunt, and it's okay. Then you cool like next trip. So sister things happen.
Sister things happen.
But the way she treated her sister is like the way they treated Tracy is much like.
But overall, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like, and this goes beyond the show. This goes beyond the show.
To treat me with respect in the order that they receive the blessings in.
I remember when Tawanda and Tony couldn't wear dresses, and the girls had to bring them pants to school.
Oh my God.
Come on now.
I'm gonna say this: these girls weren't singing and acting like In Vogue. So it wasn't like they were about to be big. I saw the Braxton. I know that LaFace only wanted Tony, and they tolerated the rest of them. It is what it is. They weren't about to be TLC. They weren't about to be.
You remember Tawanda said when they was in the group, they was walking on eggshells with Tamar. Tamar thought she was Coco or Latasha, baby. They said it was like walking on eggshells with Tamar. She'll have these attitudes and just walk right out them. She was the lead singer of the group.
And y'all think Vince stole the money? That's how they got them planes and stuff, or is that really Lady Gaga?
That's Lady Gaga.
I don't know. We need to do some research.
And you know that
it's a great show. I love
the mama made Tony come back and get her sisters and have them get a deal.
That's why she keep on going bankrupt.
Yep, the mama came back and was like, "No, you need to get your sisters and take your sisters out there with you." That's why you always need to take it back up.
Look, Tony Braxton wrote a book called "Unbreak My Heart." Her book is called "Unbreak My Heart," and she delved really deep into it. It was a good book, y'all.
Out of that book, and it was pretty good. Yeah.
I will never forget Oprah calling Tony out to her face. Oprah said, "I hear you have Gucci stemware," and Gucci, she says, "I do." Yeah. And she goes, "I don't even have that." And Tony said, "Well, you could get some." It was like, girl, you really have let this get to your head. You had like multiple bankruptcies at that point. You didn't have any money in your bank account. You ended up having to do the do with Birdman just to make ends meet.
Did you think she really wanted him?
But all of the girls over there at LaFace was getting dead in. Like, all of them girls at LaFace was getting dead dirty.
Boy, people getting dragged.
You know what I mean? Like maybe she had enough game to spit him. So then she moves over here and then it just goes from there. Like you don't know. You guys weren't there.
We weren't where?
Can you imagine if Keisha Cole would have walked into that bedroom where Birdman was and it was Tony Braxton he was sleeping with? Like, would Keisha have still beat Tony Braxton up for sleeping with her man?
Yeah.
But you know what, Mims? But you know what, Mims?
No.
They said that girl beat the mess out of Keisha Cole. I don't think that was. I thought that was the way that they described that beating. I'm willing to bank it was a TS. That was in that room with Birdman.
Do you all remember when they went on Iyanla Fix My Life? That I think it's like a double episode. Y'all remember that? That was
yeah.
That was amazing.
That's one of the best shows. Yes.
She said, "I got this, Trina."
Baby, Mama Evelyn weak. Mama Evelyn wasn't gonna say nothing until Iyanla say who controlled this, and she wanted to show that she did something.
That's right.
Teresa says she went bankrupt the last time because she had a residency in Vegas and got lupus. In order not to lose everything, she filed for bankruptcy. That is true partially. The problem was she chose not to accurately update her insurance policy. She didn't put all of her known medical conditions, and that's what voided the insurance.
Come on, man.
Yes.
Man, right.
Is
the streets talking, the curbs listen. What'd you say,
No,
Dimmer?
I have a question. Is everybody's insurance policies on this panel like valid?
So D, hold on. What's happening is you're starting off loud enough, but then you go
I'm
lower.
sorry.
So we can't hear you.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. Is everyone's on this panel? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Not validated, or
you talking about our insurance?
You said not valid?
Exactly.
You talking about our insurance policies?
I mean, can you hear us so that it will be validated?
So what Tony did was she probably just did like the blanket policy, like she signed on the dotted line. When you do a residency, you are renting out a venue and a space for whatever amount of time. You have staff, you have people that are going to rely on you for their day-to-day expenses. If you miss a show, then the insurance policy says you're missing the show because you happen to have come down with some incurable whatever, and we're going to pay. If you knew that you had something and you did not advise them, then the contract will be voided. Moreover, if you just signed the blanket contract saying that you were absolutely healthy, you ain't never smoked, you don't drink, you didn't live a clean lifestyle, you're a virgin, and then they find out that all those things
Like
are
you,
opposite,
ma'am. That's all me except for the virgin part.
Virgin? What they got to do with him?
No, you get what I'm saying. That you live a clean lifestyle and that you're perfectly healthy. That means that you're paying less for that insurance policy.
Right.
That's really based on.
That's right.
Let me ask you though.
It's based on your risk. So if you're not risking them anything, then they're going to charge you less. So she was being cheap so she could get some more Gucci plates.
Well, I'm trying to be economical for you.
Was she trying to be economical?
Maybe.
I think she was trying to buck the system. Like, okay, if you know that you have something, you can't do that. And that, it is what it is. What were you asking?
The point is that you're the best, Mims.
Oh.
So what she said in her book, ma'am, and what she said in her book was that she didn't put it down.
Anything bad.
No, you haven't, girl. You're having a good time.
I don't know.
I'm gonna be drunk too in a minute. We both gonna be slurring our speeches, sis. We better be slurring sisters. Come on, somebody.
Oh wait, you had some drinks, D?
Oh, this is D from the last time, huh, Mims? She was on your channel the last time?
No, I haven't. She has. I don't know if you ever. Maybe.
Oh, okay, it was somebody else then.
She's been on.
It was somebody else then.
People drunk trying to talk to you, child.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you been drinking, D? What is? Is this the
Is this D Marie? This my D Marie?
Yes.
This is D Marie.
Hey, D Marie.
What's up?
Nothing much.
What is happening?
What have you been drinking? Four Locos?
No.
Oh no, baby! I know somebody that drunk a Four Loco and passed out.
What is Four Loko?
Do they still make Four Loco?
I don't know.
What is Four Loko?
Okay, y'all want to hear something bad?
Like a wine cooler ish, I think.
It is a trash drink.
Energy
but
drink.
your boy used to drink them. And when I went to Iraq, right before I went to Iraq, they had said that they were going to change the formula on Four Locos. So I went and bought every Four Locos I could find, and put them in the refrigerator in my mom's house. Day one of me leaving, she threw all that away and said that was the devil's juice.
I've never heard of this.
Four Locos used to have like kind of like an energy drink, an energy shot. And it was like a wine cooler kind of thing. And what was happening is it would get you where you were going way too quick. And people were like,
it had a higher percentage of alcohol for that type of energy drink.
It was like cocaine and a Red Bull together.
Language.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I don't do you. I'm so sorry.
So, Mims,
I
you like Apollo hiding stuff
will
in people's
pay
house.
your monetization, Mims. I will pay your monetization. I'm so sorry about
Mims,
that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't. I'm gonna send you a
I
Four
want what
Locos.
she
I have a
has.
good feeling that you would probably like them. They still make
Honey.
Send me one
It
too.
tasted like kerosene with a little bit of fruit juice. It was terrible.
So no.
It was the most ghetto drink you could find. It would like they didn't even have like
Alizé
flavor.
was a good ghetto drink, honey.
It was hood.
No,
I loved
Alizé,
it, though.
baby.
Is it like Cisco and Red Bull?
Cisco.
Kinda.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to join it. They are delicious. Okay, so some of y'all are really drinking. Y'all, this has gone off the rails. I really appreciate all you guys being here. I'll probably be doing more like impromptu lives. This was
Yes,
a little
you
crazy.
should all bombard. Make it make sense with all your emails and chats.
No, don't do that. 'Cause
Love
he won't
to hear
respond.
from you guys.
He will.
And
I will
thanks for
say
your
this though.
content.
I did
What?
a video that I did on Instagram kind of went viral. I have another video out
Which
on
one?
Insta. I want you guys to. I think you should tag Kandi in it because I had like the proof of what Tamar was like prior to all of this coming out. Like when she was saying how much she loved Kandi and when she was working for Kandi. So the Kandi Birds fan pages have all like shared it, but I'm trying to get Kandi to notice it. So y'all can tag her if you want.
I'm not getting cussed out by another reality star.
Do you have Twitter, Mims?
I don't. I just have Insta.
If you tag her in it on Twitter, she'll retweet it because she real good at that. What's good?
Yeah, she is. Yes, she is. I think Tamar realized that she fumbled the bag. I mean, however she got in her feelings, she miscalculated just basically the pros and cons of trying to create and generate beef with Kandi. I mean, look, she was on the Dungeon tour. Kandi gave her grace. Like, come on. You don't know where you're going to be at in the future where you might need to know someone that knows someone that knows someone.
Man,
No, y'all, we really do have to like close out. What's up, Leah?
Oh, before you go, good board. All the Big Brother watchers. I'm thinking maybe Kandi and Tamar are an alliance together because they both have shows coming on. Let's think about it. It's an alliance to get the views up. That's my opinion. I watch Big Brother for real.
I do too, for real. But
I don't. I mean, I think that Tamar is in need of the views. I don't think Kandi likes her name dragged through the mud at all.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah,
and I think that I feel like to me.
The last time Kandi was dragged through the mud, it became the Dungeon tour. She made money. Remember?
But I think that Tamar.
What she do?
To me, I feel like Tamar been waiting for this, and she's trying to go for blood. I feel like Tamar, even simple in the SWV song, was like shade. But the gag is, girl, you and your sisters had a group, and baby, they lower than Jade. At least Jade had one hit. Y'all ain't got no hit wonder.
Not Jade.
No hit. The Braxtons are no hit wonders.
And the last
even
thing,
her solo is at 557, and Vince bought a lot of those.
Oh, no, I bought that too now.
I did too. I was gonna say I bought one.
Tamar really fumbled the bag with Vince because when she left Vince, she was in that little studio with her and Logan. That was sad.
But she did buy 2 studios though.
Jade want to know how they got in it. That's what Jade likes.
That was sad. She was in that
studio. Yeah, they doing that meme. Like, how I get it? I ain't even say nothing.
Y'all are a mess, but we gotta go. Thank you guys for being here.
Y'all.
It was really awesome. I will see you guys later.
Thanks, man.
The boy, you coming on tomorrow?
Yeah, mate.